annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contest, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a Habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
Partly sunny and nice today, high 75 to 79. Tonight, clear and cooler, low 46. Sunshine and cool tomorrow, high 67. A moonlit sky tomorrow night, low 48. Sunday, partly sunny and nice, high 71 to 74. Monday and Tuesday, turning out mostly cloudy. High Monday, 75 to 77. High Tuesday, 79 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center.
Looking forward to the weekend? Join us Friday at 9:30 when Scotty Plate with 12 Rounds Boxing Gym will be Adam's guest. You will learn about the gym, get an invitation to visit, and a gentle reminder that there's only two kinds of people in the world. The one who works out and stays fit, and those who don't. Again, that's Friday at 9:30. It's news to entertain and encourage you to get fit.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
It's Strawberry Festival time again on March 7th, and the Ocala business leaders are going to be there. Stop by their booth and get a free directory of the many trusted businesses that are listed in it. Ocala business leaders have been here in Ocala for over 22 years. So when you stop by, take a moment to chat with us. Then, take a free directory with you. We look forward to meeting you on March 7th at the Strawberry Festival.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
But our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
Traffic can be bad. Trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk here could take a while.
From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better. Gainesville Regional Airport.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Happy Friday, everybody, as we made ourselves here now 7 minutes past the top of the 9 o'clock hour here at WOCA Ocala, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall, streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. And in the studio, like we do every Friday, I've got Martin Suter in the studio to talk a little tech. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy. Like I said, I'm happy it's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm glad. This has been something of a week.
Has it?
The last few weeks have been something of a week, and I'm trying to see this through. Spring is always a different time of year, or let's say spring, but like February, March. It seems like the last few years, like these are tough months to get through for me.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But see, once we get to, somewhere after April, somewhere after Easter, it seems to be smooth sailing after there. So if I can get to there, I'll feel pretty good. And this is a way to get there.
I kind of like this time of year, myself, but I work outside a lot, so
Yeah.
I like it a little better than 95.
Well, speaking of the temperatures and stuff, it's a little cooler out there, obviously, with the front that moved through, but
Right.
we really didn't get very much rain from it.
I don't think it rained at my house a while last night, but I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Not hard though, really.
Not really. And what looked like maybe some threat of some severe storms or whatever, we kind of dodged.
Yep.
It didn't look like nothing really came through except for some wind, not like the expectation of a strong thunderstorm or anything.
Right.
So we dodged a bullet there, as most of that stuff seemed to stay more north. I know Georgia got quite a bit.
Yeah, South Georgia got hit pretty hard, and of course, Nashville a few days ago.
Yeah, which that was heavy, man. And we were talking about that on air this week, that, the idea of the time of day that hit, it was such a weird, that was early morning before
late,
the sun come up,
yeah.
and it was like, man, and I think it hit an apartment complex, collapsed a few buildings. That's where people aren't out and about yet. They're still at home and sleeping and all that. At least when you think later in the day that there's more of maybe an expectation to get ready for something like that because you're out and about and you say, okay, we can hunker in knowing
Right.
that the weather's getting severe, but that's a tough time of day.
Yeah, I mean, the weather people are good about it, but if you don't have a weather radio, I don't know how they do it anymore, because we don't get many of them here, but have they worked out a system to, like an Amber Alert on your phone, how your smartphone goes off?
I think they did. I think they said that they did, and then, but then again, it's never as potent as it maybe should be, because you still just can't predict them like we can. We do got a caller on the line. We'll take a caller. Hey, good morning. You're on the air, WOCA.
Yes. Good morning, man.
How's it
How
going?
you guys doing?
Doing real good.
Good. How are you?
You see, I come from Wisconsin, and you get out in the country, and every barn's got a lightning rod on it. And down here in Florida, we're kind of like the lightning capital of the United States in this area here, or south of this area. I've never seen one lightning rod on any building. How come?
That's a great question.
Well, I can tell you that in Ocala Palms, there's a couple of dozen at least that have, and they have like 15 or 20 lightning rods on each house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you can see the big wires going down to the ground, so Ocala Palms gets hit a lot by lightning.
Yeah.
I don't know if it sits a little bit high over there, and there aren't a whole lot of trees, so.
No, it's pretty wide open, in a sense.
And they really, they get hit quite a bit. I've replaced a lot of stuff.
Is there like a company in town that would put up a lightning rod for you?
Definitely. I don't know who it is. I'll try to pay attention, because I've seen somebody installing them maybe 3 months ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Ever since moving.
Like I was saying, up in Wisconsin, every barn and outhouse, they got their lightning rods because they're out in the open and that. In some homes, but you come down to Florida here, and when my first summer down in Florida, I thought, holy man, dude, this is the lightning capital of the United States. It was just boom, boom, boom all over the place. But I told the wife, I said, maybe we ought to put some rods up or something to help protect us a little bit, because the neighbor got hit and he had over $30,000 worth of damage. And
wow.
You drive around, you just don't see a house with a lightning rod on it. So I although I don't have them on now, but I'm thinking about maybe doing it.
There is definitely companies doing that here in Ocala, because I've seen them doing it. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll look into it, and I'll report back to you when I get hit by lightning, but no damage is done.
That's good. That's good. I've been hit twice at my house, so I know how to go.
Well, thanks, Bart. Thanks for listening. So yeah, I had a newfound respect for lightning when I moved down here to Florida.
Yeah.
And I can tell folks, I lived in the Panhandle for a while and then moved here to Central Florida, and I've seen days where thunderstorms have rolled through to be 10, 12 miles away, and behind you clear blue sky and lightning strike.
Lightning, yep.
It's a profound, different something here, just with I guess where Florida's at, the humidity, the particles in the air, just all kind of good stuff.
And the sand.
Yep, that spawns it.
Because they're bolts down here, man. It doesn't mess around. They don't go sideways. They come down,
Yeah, and just how many lightning strike you could have one day where you'd expect, oh yeah, we're gonna have some thunderstorms,
Right.
and there's a little rolling thunder as the storm kind of comes through and rain's pretty heavy, and that's
Right.
it. And then you could have the next day in the same area what looks to be like a thunderstorm for rain to come through, hardly any rain, but the whole thing is like lightning for like, a good 10 minutes of just
Right.
strikes every so often. And man, like I told you, just a crazy respect for it now since moving down here. Because it used to be like, oh, if there's storm coming, lightning, yeah, you might want to take shelter. Yeah, that's how we thought it might want to.
Right.
Down here, boy, you better.
Yeah,
Boy, you better.
It's
You don't know
nothing to
where
mess
it's coming
around
from.
with, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, nothing to mess around with. So, I work some in the rain, but if there's lightning, I won't do it, man, because, like you said, first of all, it's dangerous. But then also, I'm working on the cable, which it could hit, a half a mile away and run down,
Yeah, that stuff.
So
carry on through.
Yeah.
I was. I think last time we had Jim, we were talking like we have been a little bit about some of the new satellites and everything that had been launched and so on and so forth. But not too much lately has been in the news for much technology. I was trying to find yesterday a little bit and so on and so forth. And I guess that happens when everything gets a little convoluted with some other stuff that's going on. Like
the coronavirus pretty much is front and center,
Yep. So that becomes more of the forefront as there's really not a whole lot.
Pardon me. Well, I got up a couple mornings ago and went to pour my coffee before leaving, and it was just hot water that came out of the pot. And I said, "What's going on with this?" So,
is that right?
I'm going to talk a little about technology. I have a Cuisinart.
Okay.
Coffee maker, automatic, and you pour the beans in the top, and it grinds the beans, when it starts in the morning, and
that's fresh grind coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, that's nice.
I mean, it's wonderful when it works. I'm like, what's with the hot water? So anyway, yeah, it has apparently, I discovered it has a separate place to open it up, and it has a chute, of course, where the coffee grinds go down. And it got a little bit plugged up, I guess. So
you ended up.
It was grinding, but the coffee wasn't going to the filter. So
now, did you? Does it come into a pot, or do you just have your cup underneath there?
No, it's a carafe, yeah, pot.
I gotcha. Because I was gonna say, if you just had your cup up there, like I do with my Keurig, I just put my Yeti up in there, and you wouldn't know it until you take a sip. What the hell is this?
I use a little cream and a little sugar.
Yeah.
And I poured, and it was clear water. I'm like, what? So, anyway, my wife says, "Can you clean that out?" I said, "Sure."
Yeah.
We didn't for a long time, but now it seems like we have to do it once in a while. So.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But it's a good cup of coffee when it works right.
Now, so you buy then whole beans? Whole bean coffee?
I only buy one type. I buy them at Publix when they're BOGO.
Yeah.
And it's 8 o'clock. 100% Colombian.
There you go.
And it's good coffee. One guy told me a long time ago that he liked the 8 o'clock, and I went and got it. I'm like, it's okay, but the original is, but the Colombian is good.
It's pretty good.
And again, Publix puts them on a BOGO. Every 2 or 3 weeks, I probably have, I don't know, 15 or 20 bags in my closet. I buy at least 4 when they go on sale,
Yeah, it makes me think of like the old running jokes about how people like their coffee, right? It's like that one's pretty good. It's like brand of coffee you like is just like your woman at 8 o'clock. I like them Colombian.
There you go.
Just keeping it light and entertaining here at The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. It is Friday. We had a gentleman caller early in the day as we were talking some stuff of Corona and coronavirus. He says, I got a little public service announcement that basically he said you can't really use vodka as an idea for antiseptic for kind of cleaning out the coronavirus.
All right.
But you could extend the life of your orange juice if you use vodka. So there's
you go.
Friday's tip for TGIF as you move into the weekend. I said, all right.
Yeah.
I like the note. I like how we set it up. So as it is Friday, it's Friday, buddy.
There you go.
And I feel like it's been a long week. And when I say that, it's just like a daunting week, just so much activity that everybody looks back and go, man, I can't even remember Monday.
Right.
You can't ask me what happened on Monday because that was like forever ago.
Gotcha.
And I feel like there's going to be some reward with leading up to with all the weather that we had for yesterday, and now the weekend looks absolutely phenomenal.
All right.
Phenomenal.
Well, my job gets a little more hectic when people start going back home.
Yeah.
And when they come in. So there's a couple times a year where, besides the normal stuff, I got quite a few extra, people leaving, people coming in, and it'll be 8 or 10 at a time,
Right.
So right now, I haven't been super busy. I've been doing stuff. I didn't climb the tower, but I got up on the roof and went as high as I could and tied up the feeder cables coming down. We're starting to, they were loose and kind of flapping around a little bit, and didn't want that. So they used tie wraps. Whoever went up the tower, and which tie wraps are good, man, but they're plastic and they do.
Yeah, they in that Florida sun, become brittle.
Even black ones, So I used a 1,600-pound pull tape rope that they used to, to pull 2,000 feet of cable through a conduit kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I wrapped each individual cable. There's about 12 of them coming down.
Yeah.
And tied them off pretty good. So that should be good. And my engineer took one night and took a lot of time and actually physically looked at all the channels that we get and made sure that optimized to the best possible signal that we get, because again, we're 100 miles away from some of these signal sources in Orlando.
Yeah.
So, we get some pixeling, skipping in the audio and stuff, especially if it gets foggy,
Right.
It's terrestrial.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think it's been a lot better for the last week. I haven't seen much of the way of pixeling, so that's good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good thing. So,
and speaking of pixeling with picture, we've had that with the audio here at the station a little bit, but we seem to kind of nip that in the bud just a little bit now.
Hopefully.
As we had some of our syndication for the satellite kind of have its little effect every now and then.
Yeah, and it was really weird, kind of what it was doing and how it was doing it. But, Joe and I went out there and adjusted the elevation and the azimuth, and I think I'm going to do a few more things, but we're looking into a part and then change the fitting, and it's called an L&B, which is the gizmo that sits up top of your satellite. Even the direct TV and stuff have it's what's in the middle of your dish,
Okay. Yep.
what the cable is actually hooked to, and it actually is. This is commercial. It's actually a 60 dB amplified L&B, which it's quite a bit of signal. But anyway, the bottom line is we did that when Joe first asked me to look at it. It wasn't a good thing,
Yeah.
That dish he has a long 2x4 that sits up high, out back here, but he'd take a long 2x4 and he could push that thing around. And I said, Joe, that's no good, man. That's got to be locked out,
Yeah.
He says, because he said it doesn't look like it's in the right spot, and he pushed it over like quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think that's it, and he went back in. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So we figured that out, locked it down, and then the next week we adjust the azimuth and the elevation, and the signal levels seemed pretty good on the equipment. But then it went, I think 1 or 2 days, just at certain times, it was pretty bad. Joe gave me another call, and I said, well, it seems to be pretty good. He said, well, there's been a few bad times,
Yeah.
But this week, I haven't heard from him, and you're saying you think it's been a lot better.
Yeah, it's been way more consistent than it has been.
He told me the signal came came up quite a bit, so I don't know, maybe they did a reset. He was saying that Dan said to do a reset, but then he was saying, well, you have to do this and this and that and that and this and that. And Joe said, well, I'll just let you do it, So I don't know if he's done it or not. But I guess it shuts a lot of stuff off that, needs a reset once you do that. So anyway, we've been working on it, and hopefully we're getting less skipping. And if it does, we are still working on it. So. But I do think it's much better. Yeah, be good. We're gonna take just a little break and throw out some weather out there, and then come back, and then we'll finish it up. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Back right after this.
Come to the 7th Annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contests, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
Partly sunny and nice today, high 75 to 79. Tonight, clear and cooler, low 46. Sunshine and cool tomorrow, high 67. A moonlit sky tomorrow night, low 48. Sunday, partly sunny and nice, high 71 to 74. Monday and Tuesday, turning out mostly cloudy. High Monday, 75 to 77. High Tuesday, 79 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center.
Looking forward to the weekend? Join us Friday at 9:30 when Scotty Plate with 12 Rounds Boxing Gym will be Adam's guest. You will learn about the gym, get an invitation to visit, and a gentle reminder that there's only two kinds of people in the world: the one who works out and stays fit, and those who don't. Again, that's Friday at 9:30. It's news, entertain, and encourage you to get fit.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Hey, you're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source. In the studio, we've got Martin Suter, as we've been talking just a little bit about some technology in lieu of the stations and their dish. And then we had a caller call in a little bit about the idea of some lightning. And like we were talking about, a little respect for some lightning here in Florida.
A lot of respect.
And speaking of that, though, the lightning... It's good. All that releases a lot of nitrogen in the ground and stuff like that. Gets the grass to grow. And speaking of the grass to grow, one of the best things about being in Florida, I feel, as being up north, is I get to play golf year round. Right. And we were talking off air there a little bit. You said you were a 6 handicap partner.
I was at one point, yes.
Man, that's awesome. And it's all about getting out there and playing more often. That keeps the consistency.
It really is. I mean, that's the bottom line. Is like talking. I was in sales for 22 years, and so that means, and I had some great customers that loved to play golf, so I didn't have to pay for it because it costs a lot of money to be a 6 handicap.
Yeah.
So. But I loved the game. I can tell a quick story. I had a boss a while back that the only time I have played really in several years, and he kept asking me if I knew how to play golf, and I told him several times yes, and that I was a 6 handicap, and I don't think he believed me. So there was a day he says, man, one of my buddies can't make it Sunday. You want to play golf with me? And I'm like, well, I said, I don't know. So I went home. My wife said, do you think you could beat him? I said, well, he plays twice a week. He says he shoots around 80. I said, I don't know. I haven't played in 2.5 years,
Yeah.
And this was, again, several years ago. And I said, well, I guess I'll go. So I went. Unfortunately, I didn't beat him, but I believe I shot an 82 and he shot an 81. But that was after 2.5 years, and I didn't even lose a golf ball. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, that is. And anybody around here would take that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we sparked that conversation in lieu of what's upcoming next week here in the community with the On Top of the World. The Candler Hills Golf Course is the Ocala Open.
Yep.
And we had them in this week, had Robert Colin and Matt Hibbs with the director of golf at On Top of the World talking about it. And it's one of the cool events that, is local, and it takes place right here over in where I'm doing my weekend gig there at the Candler Hills Golf Course and everything, and man, the course is in great shape too.
Yeah,
I got to throw that out there for him.
I played it years ago. Years ago. I think it might have just opened. I don't know. I used to play. What's the private one that you fly over when you go?
The Golden Ocala.
Golden Ocala.
Yeah.
It used to be public.
Yeah.
When I moved here, they had a mobile home for a clubhouse.
Is that right? Is
that
right? Yeah.
And it was like $25. You could play it. Anybody could play it.
Man, that's awesome.
I had customers down in Tampa that loved that golf course.
Yeah, because they're
with all the replica holes on it.
Yeah, playing a grade A golf course for fairly cheap.
They'd drive up here, and I'd take them golfing. So
yeah, that's awesome.
But that is a nice course, and then once I was at Bright House, I was in there doing some calls, and it seems to be private now, and I'm sure you could get in there, but I'm sure it's in good shape. But man, they built some big houses, and that clubhouse is something else.
That's right. Well, we come to the bottom of the hour. WOCA Ocala. Martin, it's a pleasure, partner.
Same here.
You got it,
Everybody
buddy.
have a great weekend.
We'll be back after this.
Nearly 100,000 confirmed cases around the world.
Saying we have plans for every single possibility. President Trump told a Fox News town hall his administration took early steps to combat the virus.
One of the things I did is I closed down the borders to China and to other areas that are very badly affected.
The president admitted the outbreak may have an impact on the economy.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. Maryland is the latest state to report a first case. The president heading to Tennessee to tour